Let me tell you a tale of adventure and mystery. It's about an island in Thailand, a place of breathtaking beauty and treacherous danger. This island, called Phang, is remote and difficult to reach due to its rocky shores and rough seas, but those who do glimpse it find a hypnotic landscape that seems almost otherworldly. Imagine an island where lush green mountains rise majestically against the sky and dense jungles teem with life, their vibrant colors and sounds enchanting and foreign. The air is thick with the scent of exotic flowers, and waterfalls cascade down cliffs into crystal clear pools. It's a paradise, or so it seems at first glance. But as you draw closer to Phanga, the illusion of paradise begins to fade. The seas around the island are notoriously rough, with waves that crash violently against jagged rocks hidden just below the surface. The waters are treacherous, a graveyard for countless ships whose wrecks can still be seen, their skeletal remains jutting out of the water as grim reminders of the island's dangers. Only one beach offers a semblance of safe landing, but even this is fraught with peril. It was to this island that Dr. Marcus Thornton, an archaeologist with an insatiable thirst for discovery, led an expedition. Driven by tales of ancient ruins and forbidden knowledge, he assembled a small team and set sail, undeterred by the warnings of locals and the whispers of Fanga's dark past. The journey to Phanga was arduous. Dr. Thornton and his small team battled violent waves and navigated carefully through jagged rocks, their boat creaking under the strain. As they neared the island, the sight of shipwrecks filled them with a mixture of fear and determination. Finally, they reached the beach, setting foot on the island's beguiling sands. The island's beauty was undeniable. Towering cliffs framed the beach, and the dense jungle beyond seemed to promise adventure and discovery. Birds of vibrant plumage flitted through the trees, their calls echoing through the air. The team, consisting of Dr. Thornton, Sarah the linguist, John the navigator, and two other seasoned explorers, felt a mix of excitement and trepidation as they set up camp near the entrance to the ancient ruins. The first night on Phanga was unsettling. As darkness fell, the jungle seemed to come alive with eerie sounds. The rustling of leaves, the distant cries of unseen creatures, and the occasional crash of waves against the rocks filled the night air. The oppressive silence that followed these sounds was almost palpable, pressing down on the camp like a heavy blanket. Dr. Thornton sat by the campfire, his eyes fixed on the intricate carvings that adorned the ruins' walls. The scenes depicted rituals and ceremonies, their meaning shrouded in mystery. Sarah was already hard at work, deciphering the ancient symbols with a fervor that mirrored Dr. Thornton's own obsession. "This place is incredible," Sarah murmured, her eyes wide with fascination. "These carvings, they're unlike anything I've ever seen. They speak of a powerful entity worshipped by the island's ancient inhabitants." John, the navigator, looked uneasy. "It's not just the carvings that are strange. I've seen footprints around our camp that don't belong to any of us, and some of our supplies have gone missing." Dr. Thornton dismissed John's concerns with a wave of his hand. "It's just our imaginations playing tricks on us. We're in a place that's been untouched for centuries. It's bound to feel a bit eerie." But as the night wore on, the team couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. As the days passed, the sense of unease grew stronger. Sarah's translations revealed more about the entity worshipped by the island's ancient inhabitants. The carvings depicted priests offering sacrifices to a dark, malevolent being, their faces twisted in ecstasy. The rituals seemed to be designed to appease this entity, to keep it from unleashing its wrath upon the island's people. Sarah's demeanor changed as she delved deeper into the ancient texts. She became increasingly agitated, claiming to hear voices whispering in languages long forgotten. At night, she would wake up in a cold sweat, her eyes wide with fear. "Marcus, there's something here," she whispered one night, her voice trembling. "Something ancient and powerful. I can feel it watching us." Dr. Thornton tried to reassure her, but he too was starting to feel the island's oppressive presence. He would wake in the middle of the night to find John standing at the edge of the jungle, staring into the darkness. When asked, John would mumble about hearing strange music, though he had no memory of these incidents the next day. Supplies continued to disappear, and the strange footprints around the camp multiplied. The jungle seemed to close in on them, its dense foliage hiding unseen watchers. The team's nerves were frayed, but Dr. Thornton's obsession with uncovering the island's secrets drove them forward. Then, tragedy struck. John was found dead one morning, his body contorted in a grotesque expression of terror. The sight of his lifeless form sent shockwaves through the team. Fear and paranoia took hold, but Dr. Thornton remained resolute. "We can't leave now," he insisted. "We're too close. These carvings hold the key to understanding this place. We must press on." The others wanted to leave, but they reluctantly followed Dr. Thornton's lead. The lure of discovery, of uncovering the island's secrets, was too strong to resist. Sarah's condition worsened. She became increasingly erratic, her nights filled with nightmares and her days spent muttering to herself in ancient tongues. The jungle seemed to whisper to her, calling her deeper into its depths. One night, Sarah vanished. She fled into the ruins, screaming about unseen eyes and whispering voices. The team searched for her, but she was never found. The jungle and the ruins seemed to conspire against them, trapping them in a labyrinth of shifting stone and shadow. Dr. Thornton's desperation grew. He ventured deeper into the ruins, driven by a need to understand the carvings and the dark entity they depicted. He discovered a hidden chamber, its walls covered in even more intricate carvings. These images depicted a terrible ritual, the ancient priests offering sacrifices to the malevolent entity. As Dr. Thornton studied the carvings, he felt a presence behind him. A chill ran down his spine, but he dared not turn around. The air grew thick with an oppressive energy, and he knew that he was not alone. The island claimed the rest of his team, one by one. Dr. Thornton was left alone, trapped within the ancient walls. The ruins seemed to mock him, their corridors shifting and changing, leading him in circles. His supplies dwindled, and his sanity slipped away. The presence was always there, lurking in the shadows, whispering to him. Dr. Thornton finally understood. The rituals, the sacrifices, they were not merely symbolic. The dark god worshipped by the island's inhabitants still lingered, waiting for new souls to claim. He had awakened it, and now he too would be consumed. In his final entry, Dr. Thornton wrote, "If anyone finds this journal, know that Phang is a place of darkness and death. Leave it to its secrets, for they are better left undisturbed. I am lost, my soul bound to this cursed place. The ruins have claimed me, as they have claimed all who came before. Let this be a warning to those who dare to seek the island's forbidden knowledge." And so they say the spirits of Dr. Thornton and his team remain, trapped within the ruins of Phang, waiting for the next unwary souls to join them. The island remains a whisper, a name seldom spoken, but always remembered. Years passed, and the legend of Phang grew. It became a story told around campfires, a cautionary tale for those who dreamed of adventure and discovery. The island remained shrouded in mystery, its beauty hiding a darkness that few could comprehend. But not everyone was deterred by the tales of doom. Adventurers and thrill-seekers continued to be drawn to Phang, each one hoping to uncover its secrets and return with tales of their own. Most never returned, their fates becoming part of the island's dark legend. One day, a new expedition set out for Phang. This group, led by a young archaeologist named Elena Williams, was determined to succeed where others had failed. Elena had spent years researching the island, her fascination with its mysteries driving her forward. She believed that Dr. Thornton's journal held the key to unlocking Phang's secrets, and she was determined to find it. Elena's team consisted of seasoned explorers, each one chosen for their expertise and resilience. They set sail with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, their hearts filled with the thrill of adventure. As they neared the island, the sight of shipwrecks reminded them of the dangers that lay ahead, but they pressed on. The island's beauty was breathtaking, its lush landscape captivating the team's imagination. They set up camp near the entrance to the ruins, just as Dr. Thornton had done years before. The air was thick with anticipation, and Elena could feel the weight of history pressing down on her. As they explored the ruins, Elena's team uncovered more carvings, each one more intricate than the last. They spoke of rituals and sacrifices, of a dark entity that demanded reverence and fear. The jungle seemed to whisper to them, its dense foliage hiding unseen watchers. At night, the island revealed its true nature. The jungle came alive with eerie sounds, and an oppressive silence settled over the camp. Elena found herself waking in the middle of the night, her mind filled with visions of the past. She felt a connection to Dr. Thornton, as if his spirit was guiding her through the ruins. Elena's team worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery of Phanga. They deciphered the carvings, piecing together the story of the island's ancient inhabitants and their dark rituals. The more they uncovered, the more they felt the island's oppressive presence. One night, Elena had a vivid dream. She saw Dr. Thornton standing in the hidden chamber, his face etched with despair. He reached out to her, his voice a whisper in the darkness. "Do not awaken it," he said. "The entity must remain dormant. If it is awakened, it will consume everything." Elena woke with a start, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew that they were close to uncovering the island's darkest secret, but she also knew that they were in grave danger. Driven by her dream, Elena led her team deeper into the ruins. They discovered the hidden chamber, its walls covered in carvings depicting the terrible ritual. As they studied the images, the air grew thick with an oppressive energy, and they felt the presence of the dark entity. Elena realized that the ritual was designed to bind the entity, to keep it from unleashing its wrath upon the world. The island's ancient inhabitants had sacrificed themselves to contain the darkness, and Dr. Thornton's expedition had disturbed that balance. With a sense of urgency, Elena and her team worked to understand the ritual. They knew that they had to restore the balance, to prevent the entity from awakening. But time was running out, and the island's presence was growing stronger. The island seemed to come alive, its shifting corridors and oppressive presence testing the team's resolve. Supplies dwindled, and the jungle closed in around them. The presence of the dark entity grew stronger, its whispers filling their minds. One by one, Elena's team succumbed to the island's power. They were lost to the jungle, their minds broken by the entity's whispers. Elena was left alone, her heart filled with a mixture of determination and despair. In a final, desperate effort, Elena performed the ritual. She offered herself as a sacrifice, hoping to bind the entity and restore the balance. As she chanted the ancient words, she felt the entity's presence closing in on her, its darkness consuming her mind. Elena's sacrifice did not go in vain. The ritual worked, and the dark entity was once again bound. The oppressive presence lifted, and the island returned to its deceptively serene state. But Elena's fate, like those before her, was sealed. Her journal, found years later by another expedition, told the story of her struggle and sacrifice. It served as a warning to all who dared to seek Phanga's forbidden knowledge. The island's beauty hid a darkness that was better left undisturbed. And so, the legend of Phanga continued to grow. It became a story told around campfires, a cautionary tale for adventurers and explorers. The island remained a whisper, a name seldom spoken, but always remembered. The spirits of Dr. Thornton, Elena, and their teams were said to remain trapped within the ruins of Phanga. They waited, watching, for the next unwary souls to join them in their eternal vigil. The island's secrets were never truly uncovered, and its dark past remained shrouded in mystery. The allure of Phanga persisted, drawing those with a thirst for adventure and discovery. But the island's true nature, its dark heart, remained hidden beneath its hypnotic beauty, a warning to all who dared to seek its forbidden knowledge. So if you ever find yourself drawn to the mysterious island of Phanga, remember the stories of those who came before you. Remember Dr. Thornton and Elena Williams and the sacrifices they made. And most importantly, remember that some secrets are best left undisturbed, for the darkness that lies beneath the island's beauty is a force that should never be awakened.